Hey everyone, what is going on? So, I have some good news for you guys. All these stages, these 10 stages, are actually really easy, except for one. That one's tough, but I did do them all itemless, so that's good. That's some good news, yeah. So, hopefully you don't need some, items for these stages when you get up to them. You should be able to handle them just fine. Yeah, and I also have a question. I was wondering if you guys could do me a favor. Could you tell me, how the audio sounds? Not necessarily in just this video, I'm talking about in general. I've been trying, different audio settings on the program I use, and I'm just not satisfied with them. I don't know, do they sound okay to you? Have you guys noticed it? Maybe I'm just being paranoid. If I'm just being paranoid, just let me know. Post in the comments, say, dude, you're being paranoid. Totally get it, totally fine. Just let me know. Maybe I am, who knows. I'm kind of like a perfectionist, so I'm trying to, I'm not perfect, obviously, but I'm trying to, kind of have OCD when it comes to this. So, if you guys could help me out and let me know, maybe let me know the best, let me know the best audio, how it sounded the best in some of the videos, or whichever video you felt like it sounded the best in, if you could. So, totally appreciate that if you guys could help me out. And but yeah, as I said, probably just being paranoid. Maybe you haven't noticed anything. Maybe it sounds fine to you. But either way, let's jump right into these 10 main stages, or these 10 UX stages, shall we? And we're beginning with Spearow. Spearow is a 3 Pokemon stage, and you could say that it has quite a bit of HP, but for a 3 Pokemon stage, it's really not a lot of HP, so you're going to be able to handle this one just fine. You're not going to have trouble on this one. My combo is still going, I'm going with like Mega Ampharos just for fun, just having a good old time with hanging out with my buddy Ampharos. So, Pikachu and Regirock are staples. They're not staples in this round, but they're staples that we've used throughout the game's history, since they've been released, of course. And so we do go ahead and clear out Spearow just fine. You could actually S-rank that one itemless maybe, but yeah. Moving on, we have Panpour, and Panpour is another one that I felt was easy. It wasn't a difficult one. I am going in with the Hammering Streak, leaving a spot blank for Pikachu. Shiny Mega Charizard X is good as well. This is not a difficult one. Yeah, this is definitely not difficult. Doesn't have a lot of HP. You could handle this one just fine, and you will handle it, by the time you get up to it. These elemental monkey Pokemon don't have a lot of HP, so none of them are difficult, similar to the Panacea that we saw in the last episode. It does throw on some rocks. I guess you could go in with like Shiny Mega Diancie. I don't even think it's necessary. I think that the Shiny Mega Charizard X would be better for this, just because there's also a couple of ice cubes that you could blow up. Yeah, not a big deal. You could handle this one, and you will handle this one. By the time you get up to this UX version of Panpour, you'll have several good options, or at least a couple good options to be able to handle it. There's really nothing else I could say. It's not a big deal. Yeah. So, as I said, puts on those rocks and ice, but, just blow them away with a tap. It doesn't necessarily have to be Shiny Mega Charizard X. It could be Tyrantrum. It could be, and anything else. It could be Camrupt. It could be Shiny Rayquaza. Whichever one you have, you should be good to go. You should be able to handle this one just fine. Not a difficult stage. So, we came close to the S rank. You could actually S-rank this one itemless as well, similar to Spearow. It shouldn't be too much of a tough time. This one in Spearow, if you throw on that +5, it's basically guaranteed the S-rank, in my opinion. But, yeah, so we do go ahead and take out Panpour, so that's cool. Starting off 2 easy stages, but as I said, all of them are easy, except for one, So, we do go ahead and knock out Panpour. That's the second stage. Moving on, we have Growlithe, yet another easy stage. You don't need the Primal Kyogre or the regular Kyogre. You could handle it with other things, but there's a bunch of rocks on this field, so, obviously it's going to be a good way to go. And it disrupts with rocks as well, so, if you have the Kyogres, you definitely want them, but I wouldn't say that they're necessary. You could definitely go with Shiny Mega Diancie, and that would be an awesome way to go. I would have definitely done that if I didn't have the Kyogres. I would have definitely went that route. And yeah, you have plenty of moves. It doesn't have a lot of HP for the amount of moves you have, so you'll be able to handle this one as well. So Mega Aerodactyl is actually super effective, so you could consider that one, but I always recommend a Shiny Mega Diancie because it's quicker to Mega Evolve than Aerodactyl, unless if you have Aerodactyl fully sped up. So if you do, that's definitely a good way to go, and I would definitely recommend the Mega Aerodactyl for this if you don't have the Kyogres. But if you have the Kyogres, forget Aerodactyl, forget Shiny Deontay, just go in with the Kyogres. Not a difficult one because we have plenty of options, and as I said, not a lot of HP, not at all. So for the amount of moves you have available as well. So, you know, we're able to handle it. Poplio is there just to get rid of the blocks. You could go in with like a block smash plus if you don't have the block shot, just to remove a couple of those blocks. It's really not a big deal. You could do a Tapper. You don't need Gosh Chomp if you haven't invested in it. I'm just using Gosh Chomp just for fun, but, you know, Mega Camelot would be fine as well, or any other Tapper, really. Shiny Mega Charizard X is always good. You know, there's not a single stage that Pokemon is not good at. Well, maybe there might exist a stage where it's not good. We'll have to see, but, you know, either way, we do go knock out Growlithe, and I got the S rank on this, right? I'm pretty sure I did, so, you know, not a lot of HP, as I said. You'll be able to handle Growlithe, so another easy stage. That's really cool, especially after the last batch. We had several difficult stages, so it's good to have some easy ones. Now, Spiel is not a difficult stage. However, the UX version of it does have quite a bit of HP for the amount of moves available. You only have 5 moves, so I would totally recommend the Heatran because you know, after one move, you're going to be down to the last 4 moves. So you definitely want Heatran. Do the move I did, and it gets rid of, like, all those Spiel and all that, you know, a bunch of stuff. It does a lot of damage to it. And then you can just go for Heatran. You know, I'm going to go for the full match of Heatran. That actually does not knock it out. So, as I said, does have quite a bit of HP for only 5 available moves. So, totally recommend the Heatran. Or, like the Regirock, another last-ditch effort user that's super effective would be awesome on this stage, and you definitely want it. You know, going for Heatran again, not activating, not a big deal, you know, because we do have a couple moves left, so we're able to handle Spiel just fine. So, yeah, as long as you have a maxed out, super effective last-ditch effort, you'll definitely win this stage. It's possible without it, but, you know, it might be a little bit tough. I guess that would be a fair statement, just because of, so, anyway, we do go ahead and knock Spiel out, and that's nice. So, moving on, we are up to the next stage, which is Pan Sage. So, this is actually a 3 Pokemon stage, and it's really easy. Similar to Panpour, really, really easy. Panpour wasn't a 3 Pokemon stage. This one is just as easy, if not easier. So, you only have 7 moves, so again, I would totally recommend a super effective last-ditch effort user. I always recommend it. I actually didn't use it in this batch. I believe I beat this one in 1 turn. I got Pyre off, and I just comboed and just knocked out Pan Sage at all. So I completely knocked it out. So picking up the S rank in the process, which is cool. So yeah, you definitely don't need the Heatran, as you can see here, but it's definitely a good option because if you don't get like a combo on the first turn or the second turn, Heatran's definitely going to come in handy. So it's definitely a good way to go. And no, I guess we took 2 turns to beat it. Okay, so, but either way, not able to activate Heatran anyway, just because we're not down to the last 4 moves. So, yeah, not really a big deal. Get that Pyre off, and that Mega Charizard Y is going to be able to finish up the stage. So, yeah, we do go ahead and beat Pan Sage. Just fine, you know, because it is a 3 Pokemon stage. You know, it would have taken a little bit longer if it wasn't a 3 Pokemon stage, but I still think we would have been fine. But Heatran would have been a little bit better in that situation. But either way, we beat it and we pick up a nice, beautiful S rank. So, moving on, we have Tyrunt. Now, Tyrunt actually has very little HP, even the UX version. So, this one you shouldn't have trouble with either. I'm going in again with both Kyogre. Totally recommend them if you have them. It's so many rocks on the stage. If you have the Kyogre, I mean, you could S-rank this. I came a little bit short because, you know, occasionally I didn't have the Kyogre matches, and that's okay. Meganium is there just because it does disrupt with a couple blocks, but it's not a big deal. Buzzwole, obviously, is just strong. You don't need the Kyogres. You could go in with, like, Mega Shiny Deontay as well, and that should be fine. But it, you know, I think, yeah, you should definitely be fine on the stage just because it has a lot of moves, and yeah, it has a lot of moves, and very little HP. That's basically what I'm trying to say. I mean, look, we're over half and we've only done like over 6,000 damage. So, yeah, very little HP. You'll be fine on this stage, I believe. So, yeah, not really a big deal. Not really a big deal. That 5-match of Primal Kyogre is going to be able to knock out Tyrunt, so that's nice. Yeah, we definitely clean up that stage. So 7 moves left. I think the S rank was 8 moves, so we came close. That's okay. I'll definitely take it. So we move on from Tyrunt and we move on to Celio. And Celio is another stage that I felt was easy. I mean, you have 15 moves. You're not going to need any items for this stage. You're not going to have a difficult time on it, in my opinion. You shouldn't, at least. I'm just going in with, Heatran for last ditch effort, and I also have Gallade, basically just for fun. I was going to go in with a full fire team, but I've used that quite a bit, so I just wanted to use like Gallade. I have Tyrunt just for block shot. I was about to say block smash plus block shot, and because there's some blocks, it disrupts with blocks. So yeah, I don't think this was a difficult stage either. A Tapper would be good on this stage. It would be better than Mega Gallade, actually, so that's probably the way to go if you want to. Mega Tyranitar, I guess, would be good. It does take quite a bit to Mega Evolve, but you do have 15 moves available, so you should be able to handle it. I bought Heatran because I didn't know how tanky this Pokemon was going to be. For some reason, I guess I just assumed it was going to be more tanky than it was. But it really wasn't that bad. I guess it has a little bit of bulk to it, but not anything you shouldn't be able to handle. Even if you don't have the Tyrantrum maxed out, you don't need it because, as I said, a Tapper could get rid of those blocks. So you should be able to handle them. I have Charizard for Unity Power. Don't need it, but I just have it just because I love using Unity Power Charizard, just because it does a lot of damage when it goes off. We actually came close to the S rank. I don't believe we got it. No, we didn't get the S rank. That's okay. Unfortunately, not down to the last 4 moves because I have a 5-match of Heatran. But, maybe we did use Heatran on this one. But even if we did, we didn't need it. We would have been able to beat the stage just fine without Heatran. But, we still might have used it. We'll have to see. So, yeah, it also disrupts with some Celio. I'm not sure if I mentioned that earlier, but yeah, not a big deal. I guess we did use Heatran. That's okay. That's why I use, last ditch effort a lot in these UX stages. You guys know it. It seems like every stage I'm using it, and I understand it might get a little tedious. Maybe it does, but some of these stages you're not going to be able to beat itemless without last ditch effort, or at least last ditch effort will make it a lot easier. That I will say. So so up to UX stage 318, which is Fearow. And Fearow is yet another stage, guys. Another stage I did not find difficult. Because we have 20 moves. If you had less than 20 moves, I guess it would have been difficult. It depends. Let's say they only give you 10 moves or 12 moves or something. Then I could see this one being a difficult stage. But we have 20 moves. Plenty, guys. Plenty. 2 super effective shout-out uses. It does have a bunch of Fearow on the field, and it disrupts with Fearow every couple of turns. So you don't need to leave the last spot blank. I would not recommend it. You could definitely handle this stage without doing that. I don't believe the HP was that bad on this one. It's another stage I expected it to be more difficult than it was, just because it's Fearow. For some reason I just expected that to be tough. I don't know why. I know obviously I've played this stage before because I've played through the main stages, but a lot of these I don't remember. These are not available in survival mode now, so some of them I might remember, some of them I don't. It depends. But yeah, so not a difficult stage. A Tapper is a good option to get rid of the iced Fearow. If you want to. If you're using a shout-out user, you definitely don't have to do that, but you still might want to do it, I guess. So yeah, not a whole lot. I guess this one does have quite a bit of HP, but for 20 moves, as I said, it's definitely doable. That's without the S rank. I mean, if you're going for the S rank, you're going to need more items. There's no doubt about it. You will need items. Try not to destroy all the Fearow just because I want to be able to use Shout Out, but you know, even if I do, it's gonna put more Fearow on the field, so it's not really a big deal. So that's a 5 match. That's awesome of Pikachu. So doing a lot of damage. So yeah, you know, I take it back when I said it doesn't have a whole lot of HP. It is quite tanky. It is quite tanky. But if you have some of these Shout Out users, or even the Last Ditch Effort Regirock, you should be okay. And I know I recommend a bunch of these, you know, end game Pokemon, but we're up to the UX stages. So like if you are watching this and you're up to these stages, you have some of these end game Pokemon. And if you're not up to these stages, by the time you get up to them, you'll have some of these Pokemon. So that's why I do recommend a lot of these overpowered Pokemon, you know, in a lot of these UX stages. Yeah. So so far over 24,000 HP knocked out of it. So knocked out of Fearow, that is. So taken from Fearow, that's what I'm trying to say. Yeah. So not a bad stage, not a bad stage. I knew I was pretty comfortable at this point. I knew I was going to be able to beat Fearow because we have the Regirock, you know, even if we needed it. So not a bad one, not a bad one at all. So yeah. And yeah, disrupts with more blocks, rocks, Fearow. Not really a big deal. I don't think it's one that you're going to have to worry about at all. Yeah, at all. So I was trying to see if I could set up like Regirock or whatnot at this point, and yeah, wasn't really having much luck, I guess, setting it up. But you know, I could have set it up with that Regirock. I could have matched a Charizard, a Shiny Charizard, but I wanted to go for the 4 match of Vanillix because it is disrupting this turn. So who knows where it's going to disrupt? But I guess maybe it only disrupts there. Who knows? But either way, it doesn't really matter. So now we are in Regirock range. So I guess we did come close, but we still were fine and able to handle this stage. I didn't go for the Regirock just because of the lower activation rate. So, you know, I was going, I decided to go for the Pikachu. That's why I was thinking about it for a little bit. You know, going for Pikachu again. Going for Pikachu again. And let's see what I do. We do go ahead and knock it out with Last Ditch Effort. I actually had a 4 match of Vanillix. I decided to go for Regirock instead, though, for whatever reason. Probably because I didn't see that Vanillix match. I'm not sure. Or I didn't think it would knock it out. I don't know. But either way, we do beat it, so it doesn't matter. Moving on, we have Manky. Sometimes when, you know I'm going to win the stage anyway, or like I think I've mentioned it before, but like when I'm filming and talking to you guys or filming for the video or whatnot, I sometimes don't necessarily make the best plays or see the best moves to make or think about it too much because I don't want to hold up the video. I want to keep moving. Does that make sense? I don't know if other YouTubers do that or not, but that's sometimes what I do. It's not really a bad thing. It doesn't really matter too much, I guess, but you know, so sometimes maybe I haven't made the most optimal play. There might be better plays. You might see a better move. You know, could be why, because I'm more focused on talking and I'm more focused on filming and things like that. I'm more focused on my audio and everything like that. So, you know, but I am improving. With my videos and with, you know, my play style as well. So, thanks a lot, guys, for watching, by the way. Anyway, getting into Manky. Manky is another stage that's easy. Are you surprised? I do have Victini. I do have for Last Ditch Effort. Wasn't sure how tanky this stage was going to be, but it's not bad. I don't believe I needed Victini. I want to say I didn't need it, but you know, either way, Shiny. Oh, actually, I don't know if you guys realize, but this is the regular Mega Deontay. I actually meant to go with the shiny one. Obviously, the regular one's not going to do anything, but I went with this one by mistake. That's happened to me once before. I went into Weaken Meowth with Mega Mewtwo X instead of Mega Mewtwo Y. So occasionally that does happen. It's rare when it happens, but it does happen. So obviously, the Mega Deontay, the regular one, has no use in this stage. You know, I think I didn't even realize it. Well, I realized it when Mega Boost Plus went off, and I Mega Evolved. So that's when I realized it. As I was playing, I was like, oops, I goofed. But you know, I could have reset the stage and just play and went back in, but I decided not to do that. I just decided to play it out. So yeah, still able to beat it just fine. You know, I could go for Victini for last ditch effort, but I decided, actually I did. I thought I went for Hammering Streak that turn, but yeah, Victini not activating. I did have a 5 match, but it messed it up. Setting up the 4 match over there, so able to knock it out in that last match. Obviously, I would have done a lot better if I had the shiny Mega Deontay, but that's okay. Still able to beat it. Even if you make a mistake, that doesn't mean you're going to lose a stage. So at least we do go ahead and clear that, and we have 9 stages down and 1 more to go. So yeah, this one is the tough one. This one is Tyrantrum. This is definitely tough. I'm going in with both Kyogre. Totally recommend them. Similar to Tyrunt, except it's more crucial in this stage. And then I have Hippowdon for final effort, and I have Oshawott. No, Hippowdon for last ditch effort, not final effort. And then I have Oshawott for final effort. Now, I actually didn't need Oshawott, so I beat it without it, but this stage is so difficult. I didn't even go with the Mega. If you don't have like the Kyogres, totally recommend the shiny Mega Deontay so you can get rid of all these blocks and rocks. Yeah, because you want to get rid of all this stuff, and it disrupts with a bunch more, so it keeps on disrupting every few turns. Definitely recommend it. This is the disruption it makes, so yeah, I didn't even go in with a Mega on the stage just because I have both of the Kyogre, and I wanted a last ditch effort and a final effort user. But yeah, if you're not going in with the Kyogres, if you don't have them, you definitely want that shiny Mega Deontay, I believe, in my opinion, or one of those rock. Actually, oh no, I was about to say Winking Mega Glalie, but I believe that only gets rid of blocks, so you want something to get rid of blocks and rocks. So yeah. Definitely want something like that. A typeless combo Pokemon would be good as well, just so you could match into like shiny Mega Deontay and just, you know, do added damage that way. If you have one of the Kyogres, definitely want to bring it. Maybe you have the regular one maxed out, but you don't have Primal maxed out. You definitely want to bring that. Totally recommend that. And yeah, so really tough stage, a lot of HP. But the good news is it is technically possible itemless. So, and even if you can't do it itemless, you know, even an attack power is not expensive. I mean, that's 3,000 coins to move forward in the UX stages, so it's really not that bad. But yeah, I was just waiting. You know, I had to wait for its next disruption before I could like set up Hippowdon, and unfortunately, its disruption is in the last few moves. But yeah, so we do get off that Primal Kyogre match, so that's really good. I do have a Hippowdon match, going to activate it, so obviously really awesome. No Hippowdon now though. I believe I went for Primal Kyogre and activated that, so that's good. Let's see, did I go for the Hippowdon? Yes, I did. Okay, so, and now I have the 4 match of Primal Kyogre, so I went for that. I do have the 4 match of Oshawott, but that's not guaranteed to activate, and whereas the Primal Kyogre was. I was pretty confident that Primal Kyogre would be able to finish off Tyrantrum, so not even needing final effort. And yeah, no boss stage for this video. And that's going to be it for this video, guys. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye.